I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out.
Carrie Underwood is making you look like...
Okay, everybody prepare yourself because this story is getting hot very quickly. I promise you that Sunny Hostin is embroiled in a major dispute. What's happening is that The View is being sued for defamation by country music legend Carrie Underwood. Why? Because she performed at Donald Trump's inauguration and was seriously made fun of by one of the hosts. That it gets even more dramatic though, so hold on. Since joining the conversation, Joe Rogan hasn't held back criticizing Sunny Hostin in the show as a sensationalist circus. He completely destroyed them. Oh no, the word part is that Carr's lawsuit is already appending everything in unexpected ways. This story is just beginning, so fasten your seatbelt.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies infested.
And revelation that Carrie Underwood would be playing at Donald Trump's inauguration swiftly escalated into a full-fledged media frenzy. Strong arguments, ferocious viewpoints, and some tense interactions were all brought on by the circumstance. The catch is that this goes beyond politics. The larger issue is how society responds to dissenting views, particularly when they are in the public eye. Let's back off a bit. Known for avoiding political debates, Carrie Underwood has established a reputation as a kind, grounded country music artist who keeps her personal opinions to herself. Many were therefore surprised when she announced that she would be performing at Trump's inauguration. Why? It was about fostering love and harmony. She remarked, however, the internet refused to accept it. While some admirers praise her for upholding her morals, others accuse her of treachery. Carrie found herself at the center of a storm as social media exploded. Though what's interesting is Carr's reaction. She refused to back down, even though many in her position may have done so. However, the more she stood her ground, the more she faced criticism. The drama reached a whole new level when The View decided to weigh in just as things were starting to settle down.
It's country music. I think
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do it, even though I can't
would not
sing.
sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions
Fine.
for a lot of
Okay,
reasons.
fine. And I would not be the person to say don't do it, because I believe in free speech and everything about it. I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's another story.
I would love for you to do a roast at the Trump inauguration.
Okay.
Oh, no one else.
Joy Beal was blunt in a recent episode of The View. She publicly questioned if Carrie Underwood's performance at Trump's inauguration was only a politically motivated gesture or if it truly represented togetherness. That one remark, a firestorm was triggered. The panelists were fighting and picking sides right there on the set as the conversation swiftly descended into anarchy. Millions of people watched the debate on social media where they contributed their own thoughts. The drama simply kept getting worse, and the internet was a flurry of activity. The twist is that Carrie maintained her usual poise in spite of the commotion. She didn't react angrily, start a public argument, or respond angrily. Rather, she let her behavior do the talking. Ironically, her cool-headed and collected demeanor only served to stoke the already raging issue.
Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are. So let's put this in perspective here. What do y'all think?
I personally hope we're moving beyond the era of politics where we want to cancel people's livelihoods because we don't like their politics. And whether it was the Dixie Chicks for criticizing George Bush, didn't agree with it then, and Carrie Underwood, if you have a problem, you register your complaint by not downloading her songs and not going to her shows.
Right.
But I also think from a business standpoint, it's not a bad decision for Carrie Underwood. 75 million people voted for Trump. Artists tend to skew left-leaning, so she's overnight going to become an icon of MAGA and the American right. She's probably going to make a lot of money off of it. So I get why she did it.
There was a wide range of responses to Carrie Underwood's decision to perform. Some questioned whether her decision was a betrayal of her supporters and ideals, while others applauded her for remaining composed under duress. The narrative didn't end there, though. Legendary country music performer John Rich entered the debate and defended Carrie on Twitter despite criticism. He described her as a true artist who epitomizes elegance, and grace. Rich, who is well known for being vocal about his personal political views, the conversation with his endorsement. Carrie also received support from admirers of various political persuasions. Her right to make that choice was respected even by those who didn't agree with it. In a tweet, one fan encapsulated it perfectly: "I respect her decision to sing at the inauguration, even though I disagree with her politics. Music ought to bring people together rather than drive them apart."
I've scheduled a spa day.
I'm not even going to tell you what I'm doing. No, I'm not talking. I'm not telling. No, because it was always in the books. Who knew this was going to be the day? that
Yeah.
it chose? Because it's also a very interesting day, right? The
It's
21st.
Martin Luther King
Yeah.
Jr.'s birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can choose to celebrate it how you want. You can honor him.
I'm going to honor him and
Yep.
at
And
the
give a
spa.
special treatment.
Well, as long as it's a free country and it holds, I
Yes.
would agree with everybody. It is a free country at the moment.
Well, yeah. But it's up to us to make sure that doesn't start to change.
Yes, right.
Well,
that's
we're trying.
Well, we're trying, yes, and it's important not to forget that we have that right. It is up to us.
Yeah.
Now, there are other people performing too, and I don't really even want to.
This UPRO reflects something much deeper than Carrie Underwood's performance at a political event. The widening rift in our society politics is becoming a bigger obstacle to interpersonal relationships, which brings up some difficult but crucial issues that it possible to distinguish an artist's personal views from their creations. Furthermore, when does criticism become bullying or direct attacks on someone's character? The drama has also spurred a long overdue discussion about the power of the media. The View has the ability to influence public opinion because of its enormous reach. However, should they be able to openly and unaccountably cast doubt on someone's patriotism? And at what point does constructive criticism turn into something more damaging and intimate? Not only did Joy Beidou remarks spark a debate, but they also helped to advance a broader conversation about the function and accountability of the media in the increasingly divisive world of today.
Calling for her to be boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in, saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys.
I don't think so, but then you pushed her and she said, yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I said to her, do you believe that women should make the same amount of money as men? Well, I guess I am a feminist.
Yeah, and she said, I guess I am a feminist. So I think people feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, they wouldn't ask me, so I have no.
Right. They're not asking.
This incident has had absolutely enormous repercussions. Memes, viral TikToks, tweets, and contentious discussions are all over social media. One particularly popular meme, which juxtaposed Joy Beidou's venomous comments with Carrie Underwood's cool-headedness, wonderfully encapsulated the contrast. Grace under fire versus unfiltered rage is a caption. Opinions are obviously very different. Cars fans are supporting her and applauding her for remaining composed and determined in the face of criticism. They respect her for not letting the controversy change her mind. However, the View's detractors are demanding responsibility, claiming that the program excessive conflict rather than promoting fruitful dialogue. Many contend that media organizations like The View are to set higher goals and refrain from stoking the flames. Dewey in the middle. There is a rising group of people who are simply tired of the incessant indignation. They are demanding a change in viewpoint because they are sick of every problem turning into a battlefield.
You know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of
What is a main lesson here then? Although Carrie Underwood's choice to perform at Trump's inauguration has generated a great deal of criticism, it has also prompted a far larger discussion. Fundamentally, this is about sticking to your convictions even when doing so is not the preferred course of action regardless of your political stance. One thing is for sure, Carrie isn't giving up, and that requires guts regarding the view. This circumstance calls into question how the media shapes public opinion. Talk shows are free to express their opinions, but when does criticism become personal assault? What does that say about the current status of the media, and have they gone too far? We would now want to hear from you. Was Carrie Underwood's performance at Trump's inauguration appropriate? Do you believe that the media should be held responsible for fostering divide, or do you agree with the view's criticism? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. To make sure you don't miss any updates, remember to hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe before you go. This is far from the end of the story, and we will continue to update you at every stage.